Tension Passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOURFRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you're like me, you know how important every move in the NFL can be, especially when it comes to shaping the future of a team like the Philadelphia Eagles. And right now, there's a buzz that's shaking the NFC East, a potential blockbuster trade that could really shake things up. We're talking about DJ Moore, a wide receiver who's been making waves in Chicago, and now whispers suggest he might be heading straight to Philadelphia. That's right, a move that could redefine the Eagles' offense, and honestly, it's something worth talking about in detail because the implications go well beyond just adding another receiver. They could be setting the stage for a new era of dominance for Philly, especially after their impressive Super Bowl run. For those who haven't been paying close attention, DJ Moore has been a consistent performer for the Bears. Over the past couple of seasons, he's played 34 games and accumulated over 300 yards receiving with 14 touchdowns to his name. That's a solid, proven production, especially considering the challenges that come with Chicago's offense. Moore isn't just a deep threat, he's a versatile receiver with the size, speed, and athleticism to be a real game changer on the outside. And that's exactly what the Eagles are looking for, a dynamic, reliable weapon that can complement A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, making the offense even more explosive. Now, according to some NFL insiders and analysts, there's a growing sense that the Bears might be open to trading Moore. And why wouldn't they? After drafting Luther Burden III, a young receiver with immense potential, and considering the recent draft of Rome Odunze, the Bears seem to be positioning themselves for a bit of a rebuilding phase. Chicago's new coaching staff, which didn't draft Moore, might be hesitant about committing to him long-term, especially with Burden looking like a mirror image of Moore in terms of play style. Bill Zimmerman, an analyst for Windy City Gridiron, recently suggested that the Bears might be making decisions based on the new regime's uncertainty about Moore's future, hinting that a trade could be on the horizon. And this is where things get really interesting for the Eagles. Because despite having A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and some unproven talent behind them, Philadelphia isn't sitting still. They've just decided not to pick up Jahan Dotson's fifth-year option, which suggests that the team might be looking to upgrade at the wide receiver spot, especially to ensure that Jalen Hurts has enough reliable targets to keep that offense humming. And let's be honest, with Brown and Smith having some injury concerns, adding a player like Moore who can step in and produce immediately would be a game changer. Imagine the possibilities, a wide receiver core that's not only talented but also versatile and deep. With Moore on the outside opposite Brown, defenses would have a much harder time doubling up on A.J. Brown alone. Moore's ability to stretch the field and make plays after the catch would open up so many opportunities for Hurts. And let's not forget, Moore's experience and consistency could serve as a stabilizing force, especially in high-pressure situations, which the Eagles will surely face as they chase back-to-back Super Bowl titles. Now, some of you might be wondering, what about the fit? Well, I think it's perfect. Moore isn't just a deep threat, he's a well-rounded receiver who can work the middle of the field and create mismatches. His size and athleticism make him an ideal complement to Devonta Smith, who's more of a shifty slot guy. With more stretching defenses on the outside, Smith can operate more freely in the slot, where he took a career-high snap rate last season. This kind of versatility is exactly what the Eagles need to keep their offense unpredictable and difficult to defend. But here's an extra layer to this story. The NFC East rivalries are fierce, and the Dallas Cowboys are currently linked to Moore as well. If the Eagles manage to pull off this trade, it would not only strengthen their team, but also prevent Moore from ending up in Dallas, which would be a nightmare for Philly fans. Keeping Moore within the division and more specifically out of the hands of their rivals could prove to be a strategic masterstroke. It's the kind of move that doesn't just improve the roster, but also sends a message to the rest of the NFC and division rivals. The Eagles are serious about defending their title. And let's take a moment to appreciate how this move fits into the bigger picture of the Eagles' offseason strategy. After winning the Super Bowl, they're not content to sit back and relax. No, they're actively looking to improve, to refine what's already a very talented team. The decision to decline Jahan Dotson's fifth-year option was a subtle but clear signal that they're looking for more stability and consistency at wide receiver, especially given the injuries that Brown and Smith have battled in the past. Adding Moore would give them that extra reliability, that extra firepower to keep their offense firing on all cylinders. and from Jalen Hurts' perspective, this is huge. Having at least two trustworthy, dynamic receivers on the field at all times is critical for his success. Moore's ability to make contested catches, his speed, and his agility would allow Hurts to diversify his options and keep defenses guessing. With Moore, Hurts could set up more explosive plays, particularly downfield, which is something the Eagles have always valued in their offensive philosophy. It's about being unpredictable, about forcing defenses to respect every part of the field, and Moore's addition would do just that. Now I want to highlight how this potential trade reflects the Eagles' ongoing commitment to building a championship-caliber team. Since their Super Bowl win in the 2017 season, they've been on a mission to stay at the top of the league. They've made strategic moves, brought in talented players, and now this possible acquisition of DJ Moore signals that they're willing to make bold moves if it means getting even better. It's about maximizing Jalen Hurts' prime years, making sure their roster is deep and talented enough to withstand injuries and tough divisional battles. You also have to consider how Moore's skill set fits with Philly's offensive scheme. His ability to gain yards after the catch adds an extra dimension to their passing game, which is already one of the best in the league. And the fact that he would be playing alongside A.J. Brown, who draws a ton of attention from defenses, means Moore could often find himself in one-on-one situations with plenty of space to operate. That's a recipe for big plays, and it's exactly what the Eagles need to keep defenses honest. Furthermore, this move would send a clear message to the rest of the NFL about Philadelphia's intent. They're not just content with a Super Bowl appearance, they want to dominate. They want to be a team that's feared, that's capable of winning back-to-back titles or more. The addition of a player like DJ Moore would be a statement. We're still here, and we're going all in to maximize this window with Hurts at quarterback. Of course, nothing is certain until the trade actually happens, but the signs are pointing in that direction. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this could be one of the biggest. The Eagles have the assets, the draft capital, and the motivation to make a move that could reshape their offense for years to come. They're in a unique position, having just come off a Super Bowl victory, and they're determined not to let that momentum slip away. Adding Moore would be a bold step, but one that could pay huge dividends. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think DJ Moore would be the perfect addition to this team? Would he help the Eagles make that final push toward another Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news and all the insider info you need to stay ahead of the game. This is your home for everything Eagles, and we're just getting started.